In other words, we have grounds to be confident that our interests are going to be observed.
No, because syempre, as a lawyer, I do not like
Last lines.
last lines of defenses.
Based on everything we've shared today, I cannot see anything that is unique in terms of the Chinese loans.
Now the question has to do with the patrimonial assets. Ano ba yung patrimonial assets na yan?
Ito po magandang bone of contention, no? Kasi ang patrimonial assets, no, in Philippine law, no, would refer to patrimonial property of the state, no? Ibig po sabihin yan po yung ari-ari ng state na held in a private capacity. So for example, private person nag-donate ng lupa sa Republic of the Philippines, that's patrimonial property. Also, patrimonial property includes all property of the state that used to be public domain pero it has been withdrawn. Hindi na siya gagamitin ng state, no? Withdrawn from public use, it will no longer be devoted to a public purpose, and it is declared to be no longer devoted to development of national wealth. So kumbaga, ito yung property na dineclare na ng state na hindi mo nagagamitin for any governmental use, whether it's revenue or directly as an asset in the course of governing the country. Yun po ang patrimonial sa Philippine law. Pero yun nga, agad ang tanong ko, pareho ba tayo ng konsepto ng patrimonial assets sa China? Kasi Chinese law yung mag-govern eh.
Although, if you think about it, if the arbitral award has anything to do with like the proceeds from the sale of gas, let's say, as we were discussing earlier, it would have to be aligned with the public policy of the Philippines. If the arbitral award is land, that would absolutely not be aligned with the public policy
Hindi siya
of the Philippines.
ma-enforce dito.
Hindi pwede. So maybe proceeds from gas, if you sell gas,
Yung proceeds, pwede siguro.
pwede pambayad ng utang.
The point is not that simple. The point is, if in the event of default, as China has done in Sri Lanka and has done in Ecuador, taken over that sort of thing. Can they do that here?
I'm quite sure na under the current constitution, hindi po pwede yun.
Under the current constitution. Tayo muna, meron kang, you're winking your eye at me. Are you saying that the current constitution does not allow it? But that does not mean that a future constitution will allow it. But the contract was signed under this current constitution. Is the future constitution, will it cover previous agreements?
It's at the time of the default na eh.
Well, if we change the constitution, there are many things that will change, not just the rules pertaining to this. So that would be a much larger conversation.
That's a bigger problem, I think.
Nababahala ka ba na there is some kind of conspiracy, that will allow China to come in? Ganun ba yun?
Definitely, forces are moving in that direction na mapapadali yung pagkuha ng ating mga resources and areas.
Default will occur probably in 7 years or 10 years because you don't even pay the principal except after 7 years in the case of China. You don't. So you cannot use the current situation to say the likelihood of default is very
siguro po
very
dyan
small.
kasi talaga magkakaroon necessarily ng differences in opinion kasi ano yan po perception ng risk eh.
Let us finish this by giving your statement and your statement.
Well, una po, yung itong mga loan agreements na po to, syempre they're imbued with public interest. And maganda nga po na lumabas siya. At dahil lumabas na siya, dapat po ang publiko talagang kikilatisin nga ito. Dahil hindi lang po naman yung issue, ang issue dito hindi lang naman tayo nagbabayad pati po yung mga anak at apo natin. Wag nga sana po mangyari uli yung nangyari sa atin noong 1970s na utang ng utang, no, ng hindi nga responsable. Na hanggang ngayon binabayaran ng generation natin. No? Wag na sana maulit yon.
Responsable po ang ating pangungutang. Umuutang lang po tayo para sa mga proyekto na may pakinabang. Pero yung mga project na yon ay hihiram tayo only if the rates are concessional. Meaning mababa ang interest rate at pabor po sa mamamayang Pilipino.
Looking through the provisions, we can see that it's a very, very tight contract. In a way, it's rather burdensome for the borrower.
You can find the same provisions, maybe in different words, across different loan agreements under different administrations.